Top Conservatives are in Ottawa to break down the party's election campaign, looking at what worked, what went wrong. Joining us for all this and more is the Globe and Mail's Laura Stone. Laura, great to see you this morning.
Great to be here.
So they gained 26 seats in the House of Commons. They won the popular vote. It's the biggest official opposition in history, but they still have to do a post-mortem. What are they going to be talking about here?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think the goal of this meeting ultimately is to show strength and support in Andrew Scheer's leadership. This is the core senior team who support Andrew Scheer in the House of Commons, as well as Deputy Leader Lisa Raitt, who actually lost her seat, but has come out and publicly said that Andrew Scheer should remain leader. Look, you're right. They did gain seats. They did win the popular vote. But expectations by Andrew Scheer were set so high for this election. I mean, he was coming out and saying that he was poised to win a majority.
Yeah.
So I think that there's some questions now to be asked among Conservative members as to whether Andrew Scheer can get it done in the next election. And we have had some Conservatives come out and say that he should no longer be leader.
Well, that's right. And he faces a mandatory leadership review because he didn't win the election. That's coming up in April. And a lot of people, despite all of those, what you could call good indicators, there are some troubling numbers as well. The fact that they lost votes in urban centers and with certain types of voters, blocks of voters that are growing and will only continue to grow in the next election. He still firmly affirms that he's a social conservative. He will never walk in a pride parade. I mean, these are bold things to say in the face of an election loss. So what do you think is going to come this April? Could he be in trouble?
Well, I mean, we had the whip, Mark Strahl, come out and say yesterday after the meeting, look, everything is on the table. We need to look at what happened during this campaign, what went right, but also what went wrong. We know that the Conservatives did not perform well outside of Alberta in urban centres, for instance. We had Lisa Raitt say, look, we need to do better with women. We need to have a better message out there. It just didn't sell this time in Ontario and Quebec. So, you know, that's up in the air. Andrew Scheer's spokesman has said he wants a strong mandate in that leadership review. So it's up to the members over the next few months to decide if there should be another leadership race.
Yeah, and what a strong mandate looks like. Is it 50% plus one?
That's the bare minimum. Yeah. So I think he wants to do better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he met with the Governor General Julie Payette, and he expressed his intention to form a government. No cameras, no pictures, a lot different from the openness, the transparency of 2015. Is he setting a tone, a different tone for this government moving forward as opposed to when he won his majority?
It's been much more low-key for Justin Trudeau since the election. I mean, he did lose a majority government. He was chastened by the electorate. You know, this was a formality, this meeting. There was no question that he is able to form a minority government. I mean, you can imagine the situation if Trudeau did not win the most seats, but he still tried to form government in some sort of coalition situation. That obviously didn't happen. I think he's going to save the pomp and circumstance for November 20th when he actually forms his cabinet. But even after the election, he gave a press conference, and it looks like he couldn't wait to get out of there. So he certainly has a lot of thinking to do of how what he's going to do in terms of his cabinet, in terms of representing Alberta and Saskatchewan.
Only about 15 seconds left. Do we have a sense of what the first priorities of this new government are going to be? What do they want to tackle first?
I think they're going to do something that's popular across the board, such as a middle-class tax cut, for instance, something they can get support on from the Conservatives and try to play nice in the Commons in this minority situation.
Listen, it's going to be really interesting. Minority situations are always volatile, but exciting. Hey, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.